When it comes to making a diagnosis, it is important to note that the symptoms and signs of any particular disease are ways of making a clinical diagnosis. In this video, I'll be telling you about the symptoms, 9 symptoms of tuberculosis, otherwise known as TB. Stay tuned. It is important to note that tuberculosis affects people worldwide. Many people who are infected with the bacteria causing tuberculosis do not actually have symptoms. They are about 90 to 95% of individuals affected who do not develop symptoms. They have what we call the inactive or latent stage of the infection. But about 5 to 10% of people who are infected with the bacteria causing tuberculosis develop symptoms. So in this video, I want to mention to you 9 common symptoms of tuberculosis. 9 symptoms of tuberculosis. So these are the 9 common symptoms of tuberculosis that you need to know. The first one, which is common to many people, which many people are familiar with, is cough. Cough, which may be productive of sputum. The sputum usually is more in the mornings because the individual would have accumulated secretions over the night, while in some people the cough is actually productive of yellowish sputum or yellowish green sputum. Some people actually have blood stained or blood tinged sputum. The second symptom is anorexia, which is loss of appetite for food. And it is interesting that some people actually have this feeling of unwellness, which is Malay associated, and it's one of the common presenting complaint or symptoms in people with tuberculosis. The third symptom is weight loss, and this weight loss is actually unintentional because the individual is probably eating, may will be eating more but not gaining weight. In fact, patients will be losing weight. So those are the first 3 symptoms, common symptoms. I mentioned cough, which may be productive of yellowish or greenish or blood-stained sputum, anorexia, loss of appetite for food, which may be associated with Malay, while the third one is unintentional weight loss. Stay tuned for other common symptoms of this. Now, the fourth symptom that we'll be considering when it comes to symptoms of tuberculosis TB is fever. For many people, when I say fever, to them it means malaria. Actually, fever can be due to many things, many disease conditions. But a patient with tuberculosis usually has low grade, what we call low grade fever. And sometimes the fever actually builds up from early morning and progresses to the evening. And this fever is usually not present when the individual is asleep, and it is one of the symptoms found in people with advanced tuberculosis. The second point is excessive night sweat. Some patients, actually individuals who have TB, come in complaining to their doctor of sweating excessively at night. Some patients may not come up with that information, but the doctor should actually ask and find out if a patient who has presented with a cough, usually more than 2-3 weeks, and fever, patient may also be having associated night sweat, usually excessive, and it's also an indication of advanced TB. That was the 5th symptom. The 6th symptom we are looking at in this video is hemoptysis. Actually, that is a medical term, but it is simply coughing out of blood. Most patients will actually, at one time or the other, present with a cough, especially when it comes to what we call pulmonary TB, where the lungs are affected majorly, because TB affects other organs or systems in the body. But for people who cough out blood, it is said that about 8% of patients will actually cough blood at one time or the other, maybe in the course of their uh, disease condition or even after treatment. So those are three other symptoms that the patient with tuberculosis may present with. I mentioned the fourth being fever, usually low grade. The fifth is excessive night sweat. Then the sixth is individuals coughing blood, hemoptysis. Stay tuned for the last three symptoms. Welcome back again to my channel. This is still Health and Lifestyle with Dr. Soyemi. We are looking at the last three symptoms of the nine symptoms, common symptoms of tuberculosis. The seventh one is chest pain. Patients with tuberculosis may present with chest pain. Chest pain may be associated with cough and then with breathing, and patients usually have that discomfort. The eighth symptom is fatigue. Patients may complain of excessive tiredness, little work, what they normally would do without feeling tired, they getting tired easily. And lastly, the ninth symptom is difficulty in breathing. That's a bad sign, because by that time it may mean that most part of the lungs are affected, and patients will need some more urgent attention. So those are the nine common symptoms of tuberculosis. Thank you for watching. So it's important for you to know these symptoms, not that you are going to be infected, but for you to caution yourself when you come around people that have these symptoms. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.